On February 24, 2018, at the Jumeirah Emirates Towers Hotel in Dubai, the well-known producer and businessman Boney Kapoor went in to check on his wife Sridevi to hurry her along. She had been in the bathroom for a long time and was not responding to him. He was met with a shocking scene. His wife was submerged in the bathtub, completely unconscious. What brought her to Dubai? And how did she drown in a bathtub? I am Summer Ibrahim, and this is a narrator's ride. On that day in 2018, Boney Kapoor found Sridevi unconscious in the tub. But before we recount the details, let's go back in time a little to get to know her. Sridevi Kapoor was born on August 13, 1963 in the village of Minampati, near the city of Sivakasi in the Tamil Nadu province of India. Born under the name Sri Amma, which she later changed to a stage name Sridevi. She had one sister, a father who was a lawyer, and a mother who was a homemaker. Sridevi began her artistic career as a child at just 4 years old in the 1967 film Okandahan Karunai, followed by a role in Thunaivan. Her roles continued to pour in. She was so talented that she was awarded the Kerala State Film Award for Best Child Artist. Actress Sukanya Janaki remarked that Sridevi's sharp features, bright eyes, and innocent smile were more than enough to master any role. Her success multiplied as she was offered numerous roles and received prestigious accolades including the National Film Award, the Tamil Nadu State Film Award, the Padma Shri, the fourth highest civilian honor in the country. She eventually earned the title of the first female superstar in Indian cinema. In a 2013 interview with the Indian Express, Sridevi said, "I never experienced school or college life because I entered the film industry and worked without a break. I went from being a child actress straight to a leading lady. I didn't have time to think, and I'm grateful for that." Sridevi became deeply confident in her craft, recognizing herself as a heavyweight actress. She began selecting her roles with extreme care. For instance, she turned down a role in Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park because she felt the part was too small and did not suit her artistic standing. In 1996, Sridevi married producer and businessman Boney Kapoor. Rumors followed her with accusations that she had caused the divorce of Boney's first wife, Mona Shuri, and that she had been having an affair with him. The couple welcomed their first daughter, Janvi, in 1997. Tragedy struck when Sridevi's father passed away. She was unable to attend his funeral as she was filming abroad. Shortly after, her mother passed away due to a catastrophic medical error. These events plunged Sridevi into a state of depression and isolation, leading her to retire from acting for 15 years. She made a powerful comeback in 2012 with the comedy drama English Vinglish. The film was a massive success, featuring Sridevi as a mother who decides to learn English after being mocked by her husband and daughter. The Times of India named it one of the best films of 2012. Describing Sridevi's performance as a masterclass in acting. Sridevi's final film was Mom, released in 2017, where she played a mother seeking justice after her daughter was assaulted. The Indian Express described her as the godmother of acting in India. This was the final film of her career, concluding a legacy that spanned a total of 300 films. On February 20, 2018, Sridevi travelled with her younger daughter Gucci to Al Jazeera Al Hamra in Ras Al Khaimah, UAE, to attend the wedding of her husband's nephew, Mohit Marwa. She decided to stay in the Emirates a little longer to shop for a birthday gift for her eldest daughter, Janvi. Her husband Boney was unable to attend the wedding with them as he had to attend a meeting in Lucknow on February 22nd. After finishing his meeting, Boney decided to surprise his wife with a visit to the hotel where she was staying in Dubai. He spoke with her over the phone on February 24th without revealing his intention to come. Boney's flight took off at 3:30 p.m. and he arrived at the hotel at 6:20 p.m. According to Boney, he wanted to surprise his wife, so he prevented the staff from sending his luggage up to her room. He also stated that when Sridevi saw him, she was overjoyed. They talked for about 30 minutes and then decided to go out for dinner together. Sridevi entered the bathroom and got ready to go out with her husband, who waited for her in the living area. After about 20 minutes, Boney noticed Sridevi was taking a long time. He called out to her, but there was no response. He entered the bathroom only to be met with the shocking sight of her drowned in the bathtub. Boney immediately contacted the hotel management, who in turn called the police. Sridevi still had a faint pulse, and she was rushed by ambulance to the hospital. Unfortunately, she did not survive and passed away on February 24th, 2018. On February 28th, a massive funeral was held in her honor, attended by nearly 7,000 people. Security forces had to intervene to manage the crowds, and it was ranked as the fourth largest funeral in Indian history. On March 2nd, Boney and his daughters traveled to Sridevi's birthplace to scatter her ashes at sea, a traditional practice in Hinduism. Later, on March 13th, her husband invited family, friends, and high-profile celebrities to a memorial service to mourn her. Did the curtain fall on Sridevi's story there? The answer is no. Strange circumstances surrounded her mysterious death. For instance, police reported finding not a single drop of water outside the bathtub when they arrived at her room. This suggested the lack of criminal suspicion, as one would assume that if her husband had drowned her, there would have been signs of a struggle. Furthermore, the forensic report stated that they found traces of alcohol in her blood, indicating she might have drowned as a result of intoxication. Many of Sridevi's fans questioned the integrity of the forensic report and demanded a serious investigation. Among them was producer Sonil Singh, who claimed it was a clear case of murder. He accused her husband Boney, alleging that Boney was facing a severe financial crisis due to repeated losses, as his films were no longer attracting audiences or turning a profit at the box office. His last major success was a film starring Salman Khan, who had stopped working with Boney due to personal disputes. These disputes arose because Boney's eldest son from his first marriage was allegedly involved in a suspicious relationship with the wife of Salman Khan's brother, leading to a fallout and the brothers' eventual divorce. Consequently, Boney Kapoor's financial situation deteriorated to the point where he began selling his real estate and assets. Producer Sonil Singh presented the court with an insurance policy issued in Oman, which reportedly stated that Sridevi's heirs would receive $35 million in the event of her death, but only if she passed away in the UAE. However, the Indian courts rejected this document as evidence, citing that the UAE police had already investigated the matter and closed the file, declaring no evidence to incriminate her husband. Sonil Singh called the court's decision highly suspicious, suggesting that a powerful and influential figure was involved, specifically Dawood Ibrahim, whom he described as having strong ties to high-ranking officials in Dubai and the owners of the Jumeirah Hotel, as well as being a personal friend of Boney Kapoor. Singh even traveled to the Jumeirah Hotel in Dubai and hired a private investigator to gather evidence. Others also questioned the circumstances of her death. Risharaj Singh, the former head of the prison service in Kerala, consulted a forensic specialist to confirm that the probability of someone drowning in a bathtub simply due to intoxication is extremely low, almost impossible. He argued it was more likely that the person was intentionally drowned by others holding down their feet and head. Other rumors surrounding Sridevi's death suggest that she might have actually passed away 2 days before her husband arrived at the hotel. Her last Instagram post was dated the 22nd and no one had seen her outside her room on the 23rd or 24th. Some speculated she may have died from a drug overdose and that her husband fabricated the story to protect her image, fearing that fans would forget her legacy and only remember her as an addict. Boney appeared in several television interviews completely devastated, saying he was lucky to have been married for 35 years to this woman who changed his life and made him a better person. Boney also says that Sridevi followed an extremely strict diet to maintain her physique, which allowed her to choose her own roles rather than have them forced upon her. As a result of this harsh diet, which doctors have warned her about several times, she would lose consciousness. But she was incredibly stubborn. Bonnie says she once blacked out in the bathroom and broke a tooth. However, my friends, we never once heard of Sridevi losing consciousness while filming a movie. For instance, Boney Kapoor asserts that Sridevi died by drowning in the bathtub due to a severe drop in blood pressure. He also states that he underwent a lie detector test 5 times. When journalists asked him why he hadn't shared this information from the beginning, he said he was under immense nervous and psychological pressure and that he and the family were trying to overcome this ordeal. On August 13, 2019, a wax statue was created to immortalize Sridevi's memory in an Indian museum. An author, Satyarth Nayak, wrote a biography about her life which in turn succeeded and achieved very high sales. Today, after all these years, Sridevi Kapoor's 2 daughters, Janvi and Kuchi, are continuing their mother's legacy and working and acting just like her. Now, several years after her death, the public remains divided into 2 camps. One group believes Boney's words are logical, while another believes Boney is guilty and that all fingers of blame point to him, especially since he was going through a major financial crisis that forced him to sell his properties and real estate. They argue that there was no way out of these financial crises except by collecting an insurance policy that stipulated Sridevi's death must occur specifically in the Emirates. Furthermore, his sudden arrival, claiming he wanted to surprise her to the point that he prevented the staff from sending his luggage to her room so she wouldn't know he was there, is also considered suspicious and doubtful. And you, my dear listener, what is your opinion? Did Sridevi die a natural death, or was she killed at the hands of her husband in cooperation with the mafia? Our story for today ends here. Don't forget to support us by subscribing to the channel and activating the notification bell. Thank you and goodbye.